welcome into the Eric St. Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. From the Baldwin... Oops. That was weird. From the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio, Baldwin Ace Hardware, a beacon of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. Played hurt all weekend. And, God, it sucked. When I say played hurt, it's all relative. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of like facetious. You know, when you make your living just kind of popping off and saying stupid shit. I don't know. It's not like I'm digging ditches. So I really got to be sick to not do what I'm supposed to do. So just not quite sick enough. Though last week I did have some low energy days. And that's I think the worst, because when I do a show with low energy, I know it and it gets in my head. And so at that given moment, I'm like, well, this is the end of the line. Everything's shit from here on out. And it's just a certain, because I don't know, I just start to drag and then I get in my own head. So the weekend was supposed to be just do nothing and rest. But I did everything. It was busier than ever. I had 4 games to PA in 3 nights. I had PA Friday, 2 PA jobs Saturday, 1 Sunday. Today, none. Tomorrow, I got more PA work. Now, granted, that's not like, oh, I'm so worn out. I'm so tired from speaking into a microphone in front of a bunch of people. It's nothing like that. But it's the opposite of just laying on a bed and doing nothing, which is what I want to do. All I want to do is see about that fucking plane that crashed, that Malaysian Airlines, and see everybody screaming and yelling in the airport saying, where's my babies? And they go, I don't know, fucking, we're looking too. That's all I want to do is watch that fucking documentary. Do I get it? No. And my throat, it doesn't take much. It's fine now. But by Friday, it was starting to come around. But after doing podcasting all day, and then I sat down to do PA work for the Griffins. And, this is just, I'm chit-chatting with you. But when I'm doing that, you got to put it into like 5th gear several times a night. And that's a little bit more of a struggle. So my throat is killing me. I didn't bring any damn cough drops. And I figured out that I need those. The team rounds up a pack of cough drops somehow during the game. And Go Josh Go brings it out to me. I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I ran out. I'm just like eating them like one after the other. I go, I need more. And he goes, I got even better. And somehow he managed to get someone in the office, I don't know who the fuck, had a tea, that echinacea tea called like throat coat or something like that, which sounds like a sex maneuver. He brings out hot tea. Oh my God. I'm like, yes, this is fucking great. People care about me. I'm very lucky. So I get through that. Saturday, though, I got to get up and I got to do the annual police versus fire department hockey game. This is an annual thing, but they just started doing it last year. But they're going to do it every year. They got this badass trophy, and everybody there. This is not take it easy, have some fun. these two want to beat the shit out of each other. Grand Rapids Fire Department versus Grand Rapids Police Department. Last year, the fire department won. And the cops have been so pissed off since then that they've been shooting everybody in the back of the head. In fact, you will find out that in that trial for that guy who shot that dude in the back of the head, that he's pissed off. He was pissed off. And on the witness stand, he's going to say, I was pissed off because the fire department beat us. That's why I shot that guy. And they're going to, oh, okay, no problem then. You're free to go. Sorry. That's what I do. Jokes. You got to get past that. You got to understand. Yes, it might not fit your timeline for what's appropriate, but too bad. So anyway, I go walking up to the cops are over on the bench before the game starts. They haven't even come out for warm up. I forget who the cop was I was talking. I go, how do you feel? He goes, I'm pissed off. I go, why? He says, because the fire department won last year. It was 365 days ago. I go, uh-huh. So what's going on? He goes, we're going to kick their ass. And he says it like, he's ready to beat my ass. So I'm like, all right, good luck. And I knew right then and there that the game was over, So both teams come out, and to my surprise, every team member was black. I'm kidding. There wasn't one black dude. Wouldn't that be something? Both teams had a lady, fire department lady, police department lady. Some of the players were older, some were younger, some were taller, some were shorter, some were fatter, some were skinnier. We even had an e-bug. Yeah, that was my question, too. What the fuck's an e-bug? Captain of the cops comes over to me and he goes, hey, don't forget to list our, this guy as the e-bug. I go, what the fuck is an e-bug? He goes, how is it that you don't know what an e-bug is? I've never heard of an e-bug. He says, that's emergency backup goalie, e-bug. I go, oh, of course. There's a lot of fans there. There was a lot of fans there. So they pay money to go to this. It's like a donation for muscular dystrophy. And then they also get a ticket for the night game with the Griffins, which they lost. The Griffins have not won much this year. Been exciting. They're in a lot. Actually, they won on Friday in overtime. Saturday in overtime, they lost. So 3 out of 4 points. Game starts. Yeah. To start a hockey game between cops and fire, I'm getting ahead of myself. You got to bring out the right thing to start something like this, and that is bagpipes. That's kind of a. If you do any type of event between cops and fire or any type of ceremony, you gotta have bagpipes, and we've got bagpipes. Now, my question is, did all these cops that are on the bagpipes, was it like, all right, which one of you cops is going to learn how to play bagpipes? And if that's the case, it must be simple to learn those fucking things. Because I want to learn. I actually want to try out bagpipes. I've never seen something that can, it looks, when they play it, it sounds like there's 10 people playing when it's one guy. So they bring out like 4 of these bagpipers and they play some song. And it was way too long. It should have been like 45 seconds tops. And they did like some Stairway to Heaven version of some fucking song that was the same thing over and over again. All right. Finally, we get started. And the cops beat the shit out of the fire department. There's no way I can set up any type of drama here. It was 6-0 before the fire department finally scored a goal. And when the fire department scored a goal, I don't know why, but the fans threw little plastic pigs out onto the ice. And I don't know, that was some type of weird, I don't know what that was. Why would you? And I'm not even sure if it was the fire department who threw them out or the cops who threw them out. So the joke was lost on your old pal Eric Zane. But there's like 50 of these little tiny plastic pink pigs that squeak. Not sure what the fuck was going on there. They scoop them. It was annoying. Scoop them up. Get the fuck out of there. When the cops scored their first goal. Hang on a second. Your old pal Eric has to blow his nose. Excuse me. Oh, my God. Wish I had a mute button or something like that or a way to. So I wasn't doing that on. I guess I could, but I didn't want to. One of the cops scores. And this is one of the first goals, first or second goal. And then he's like celebrating. And they're getting ready to go to the conga line. And one of the firemen shoves the cop who scored. And the cop gets butthurt about that. And now he wants to fight the fireman. And he goes, all right. I mean, he completely overreacts. He drops his gloves, drops the stick, takes off his helmet, throws his helmet in the air, and he's like, put him up. And the fire dude just skates away. They ended up both getting 2 minutes. So that was so awkward, you know, because these aren't professionals. I mean, the fire dude, all he does is puts out fires, and all the cop does is shoots people. You know, they skate over to the bench. They sit down. And it's just awkward. I mean, one guy's next to the fireman dude is to my right. The cop dude is to my left. I'm just waiting for them to say something. It was horrible. Game ends. Trophy comes out. Cops get their picture around the trophy. They're all happy now. The series is now tied at a game apiece. And then the firemen, they want to get in for a group picture. And there was several moments where there was near fights in this game. So I announced, all right, firemen, go in there and mingle, or fire crew, you know, you can't say fireman, policeman. You got to say officer or firefighter. Firefighters, get in there and mingle in with your cop friends. In fact, if you almost got into a fight with a cop, you must stand next to the cop for the picture. Everybody got a big laugh out of that. Nice picture. Away we go. We're done. Sam says it's fire people. No, that's too clumsy. Firefighter is what you call them. Excuse me. Hang on. Got to blow my nose again. God. Terrible. For the Friday game for the Griffs, there was a fist fight. I don't know who it was. It doesn't matter who. The game starts, and before too long, some dude checks our guy in the face with a cross check, and I mean, like the stick just hits the guy right in the fucking face. It was terrible. And then our guy comes in, and they're gonna fight, and the dude. Actually, this was in the Rockford game, so it might have been Saturday. The dude for Rockford had these long, like super long monkey arms. Our guy is a giant, but so is their guy, and their guy has the arms. And so It was literally like when you were a kid and your big brother would put his hand on your head and, he'd say, try to hit me. And you sit there and you windmill your arms and you can't, you're just not close enough. Essentially, that is what was happening. So the guy from Rockford is holding our dude with one arm. The guy's trying to throw punches, can't reach him. But the dude from Rockford's just waiting. And then bam, bam, bam. And then he goes over the top, and then he throws the uppie. Boom! Right in the teeth. That's that. And holy shit. The guy comes back, he comes over to the box, and he's so happy with his performance. This is like scoring 10 goals in a game for this guy. He doesn't do anything but beat people up. And he's just joyful. He's giddy. And he didn't seem like a cement head either. He seemed like just a nice guy who was happy that he did what he's supposed to do. And he sits down, and I go, that reach is tough. He goes, nothing you can do. Nothing. I guess that's this guy's thing. He's this big knuckle dragger. His arms are so long that is his way of fighting. I mean, that to me sounds like the most effective fighter on the planet. All you got to do is hold him at arm's length and then wait for the opening and kapow. Oh, man. Hang on. Daisy? Hey. She's licking Bruce. We can't have that. Sam trying to get me to play some video. Sam, I can't. I'm doing a show. You know how difficult that is for me to suddenly sometimes it happens and I regret it every time. That I like, okay, I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing and do what you want me to do. Watch some video. I'm sure it's great, but you can't just give me videos while I'm doing a show. You know, I don't have the option of saying to my partner, say, hey guys, talk amongst yourselves while I get Big Sam's video. And I don't even know what it is you're sending me. Why would I do that? Yeah, you can't do that. I've been trying to train you people for the longest time that I can't focus on what you want me to do. When I get done, I'll look at it, and if there's time later, I'll utilize it, but no. And besides, if it's something an audience member thinks is great, it probably isn't. Very rarely is something that you send me while I'm doing my show because it popped into your head. Very rarely is the juice worth the squeeze. Excuse me. So no, stop encouraging me to look at your video. It's there. I'll get around to it. It can wait. Carry on. On the Sam the Jew podcast, you can do shit that way, but I'm trying to keep this as a top level thing. And me having to stop what I'm doing to address what you think is something I should talk about is silly. Yesterday, had to go get what I needed to get some supplies for the NFK. Translation, chewing tobacco. He goes, I need some bread, and I need some chewing tobacco. And I'm like, okay, buddy. By the way, I had no idea how expensive that stuff is. Jesus. Hang on. Stand by. So he gives me his bank card. He goes, yeah, can you buy this for me? I go, yeah, absolutely. He prefers a certain brand. Now, I remember he told me that he gets this product called Grizzly Wintergreen Long Cut because it's cheap. I go into the Speedway. I go, can you give me a blister pack? It's like 4 or 5 of these little tins of Grizzly Wintergreen Long Cut. The guy goes, We don't have that. You don't have that. Truck didn't come. Oh my gosh, shit. I got to get home. I walk out. I walk back in. I go, do you have a similar product? Skull. Sounds great. $37. All right. Buy it. Go home. Walk up to him. I go, hey, buddy. They didn't have what you wanted. And immediately, what little color is in his face starts to drain. So as I'm pulling out the product, I go, I got you skull. Now his face is just like, what? What? He goes, ooh. Oh. Well, thank you, but that's okay. No, thank you. I'm like, what? Is it really that different? I guess that's, whatever. And I go, all right, you don't want it? No. Nate says he probably has cans worth of chew on the floor he could have picked up. No, he does. That's exactly true. And my dogs eat it. My dogs are now addicted to tobacco. Nick says Grizzly's terrible Skull or Kodiak is way better tasting. Not to him. I guess he's used to it. So, no, I got this fucking thing. I got to take it back. I don't know if you can take those back. Can you take those back? Nate also says it is different. I don't like anything by Grizzly. So, all right. Because that's all right. I still got one tin left. And I go, okay. And this dude, I mean, it is wake up in the morning and before a drink of water, before go to the bathroom, before a cup of coffee, before eat anything, it's tobacco. All day. So I think one a day, a whole tin a day. Ryan says he wonders why his mouth is full of rot and disease. Yes, exactly. So I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned. Now, when it comes to medical advice, the doctor said to him, you have cirrhosis. And you're very lucky because you have early cirrhosis. Most people who come in to see me, they have cirrhosis that's already progressed. And I tell them they have 2 years to live. You have not. If you stop drinking now, you will have a life that isn't affected or shortened by a dying liver. Dropped it immediately. Done. He hasn't gone back. Been remarkable. I'm very proud of that. Very proud of him for that. So, I don't know, though, if there's anything that the dentist, doctor, oral surgeon can say that would ever get him to stop chewing, though. Dentist, doctor, oral surgeon, maybe if they who was that? There was a film critic who lost like half his face to like face cancer or something like that. Well, they had to saw off like half of his skull. I forget who he was. Siskel or Ebert. One of those two. And I hope not. But my God, would he respond? Or if a dentist can say or a doctor can say, you've got this. This is going to happen to you if we could get him out of this ugly, ugly habit. Holy shit. Last night was the Oscars. I didn't watch shit. I know Jamie Lee Curtis won a Best Supporting Actress award for some quirky sci-fi film called Everything, Everywhere, Anything or something like that. And then that film also won like 7. And that film, I think Short Round is in that movie. And a bunch of Asian people won. And so the world is happy. When the Asian people win, do the black people count that as equality? Or do they say, nah, man? I mean, because you know how it is. For the longest time, the Oscars was the only way to win was you had to be white. If you were anything but white, you could not win an award. So Asians are winning now. Does that mean that the black people are like, all right, yeah? Or are they like, fuck that shit? I mean, yeah, white people aren't winning, but black people aren't. So fucking A. I'm sure black people did win. You know, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm happy if you're happy. The film is called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. When Jamie Lee Curtis won, radio voice Linda took a picture of Jamie Lee Curtis and said, look, you won an Oscar. Fucking animal. Yes, we have the same haircut. But she is beautiful. Okay? I guess it would be like me having sex with myself if Jamie Lee Curtis and I were nude. Short Round won some award. I guess Short Round hasn't been in a film since the Indiana Jones movie that he was in. And there was a moment where Harrison Ford presented an award and Short Round won it or some shit. So Short Round comes up and he's, Indy. And they had like a moment. I didn't even know that was Short Round. I thought that kid died when he ate Life cereal or Pop Rocks or some shit like that. I might be getting things mixed up there. Stand by. I'm still sick, and I bought some terrific cough syrup. Oh, God. The daytime stuff is great, and then the nighttime stuff, because you take a big slug off of that, and then you sleep like it's crazy. And then weirdo dreams. Non-gay, though. I had no gay dreams while I slept. Jimmy Kimmel hosted. All good. That's my Oscar update. Not going to act like I watched it. I didn't. Thank you for checking out the show on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube. It's time for you to go, though. If you want the full show uninterrupted, like the rest of the audience, you must get it on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Or download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live, all one word. Follow the page so you know when I go live, and subscribe to it as well so you can catch a show without commercials. Brought to you by Amazon Prime. You can link up your Twitch account with Amazon Prime and get it for free, meaning no commercials. If you don't have Amazon Prime, don't worry about it. Just sit through the commercials, no big deal. Or if you want the commercials to disappear, you can throw a few bucks at it. It's up to you. Thank you. It does help when you subscribe, though. So if you have Amazon Prime, definitely do that. And download the audio podcast wherever you download shows. Just search Eric Zane Show podcast on iHeart or Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'm on all of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Email me when you want to say hello. Drop me a line on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Have a great day and goodbye.